What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Ogre Battle 64. Today, let us head to the Volmus Mines. Save the Prince! And this is Scene 2. Sparks. Ominous music. Hugo is just that awesome. He can make a plan without any information. All he needs is a map. So, that first mission, where we had the two blue strongholds, right from the very beginning, that was a bit of an oddity. That doesn't really happen. No, in almost every mission, all you start off with is your headquarters. That was a pretty simplistic strategy, Hugo. Here's our castle. Here's all the bad places. Go get the bad places. So, let's get this thing on the road. First things first, dispatch. There was one other thing I wanted to do. Who was it? I think it was Dio's unit? It looks like it. Right. Zed. Exit. Thank you. Right. Select Dio. I should go like that, because while archers are better on the middle, Amazons are actually better in the back. That's a mistake I made. So what I think I'm going to do is send... Let's give Fidach some work. Send him over this way. And if you, after you set up a place, you can move the cursor around and set a second target, and that lets you set up a waypoint. Mandy, let's give you some work. Let's move you down about there. And then we'll send Magnus after you to go there. Let's check out the morale of these places. Senal is at a 40, that's pretty good. Dees is at a 48, so those should be both easy to liberate rather than capture. So, let me talk a little bit about what exactly that means. So, needless to say, well, I should probably mention before I get into that, that this unit, the leader of this particular unit is a cleric. The clerics, they heal. Which, as you can probably imagine, is rather annoying. Although, despite this unit being pretty weak, I actually managed to do quite a lot of damage to that cleric. So yeah, clerics don't have a whole lot of offensive capabilities, but it does make it a little bit difficult to kill them off. Which is actually good in some cases, because if you're a unit with soldier reserves like this unit, that means you can get a lot of easy wins out of them. I just retreated Lip's unit because I wanted to actually not use item. Is it a unit command? Yeah. I actually want to give a Ansate Cross to Lip's unit. Because as I mentioned previously, that switches the gender of soldiers who promote from that leader. So, Mandy, I'm going to have promoting females, whereas Lip will be promoting males. Okay. Now, I was talking about liberation and capturing. Another cleric coming up from the back. Now, the difference is, needless to say, if you liberate a city, the people are going to like you a lot more than if you capture the city. And it's a bit of an odd distinction, but it makes sense if you, well, look at the gameplay behind it. So basically, the way what this all plays into is there's a system in place in Ogre Battle that goes by the name of the Chaos Frame. And basically what that is it's a represented... Bleh, I really can't talk today. It's a representation of how much the people like you. So if they really like you, you have a high Chaos Frame. If they don't like you so much, you have a low Chaos Frame. So, needless to say, if you capture cities, they don't like you so much, and your Chaos Frame goes down. If you liberate the cities, they do like you, and your Chaos Frame goes up. There are other things that do affect your Chaos Frame as well, but that's by far the most significant one. Mandy, finish off that cleric. She should be promoting a soldier fairly soon. Light mace, huh? Well, let's just have Mandy chill out right there. That's an odd one. You don't see the question mark above people's head very often. Usually what the question mark means is that that unit has either lost sight... Well, they've lost sight of their target somehow. Whether by the target disappearing, or they might have just lost sight of the target. So this unit that we're fighting here it's not a very dangerous unit, but it's fairly resilient. It's got a young dragon in the front there, which is good at soaking up the attacks, so that you can't take out the leader. The knight, who is the leader, is also fairly resilient, so there's that too. Now that we've knocked that knight off the stronghold, let's send Mandy in here. And let's send Dio up this way too. Okay, liberate Senel. Now this has a little witch's hat beside it. And that's because there's a witch's den here, which you can use to revive, and I believe you can use it to remove petrification as well, for basically just incapacitated units. Or, well, characters, not units. Now, this unit here actually brings up something that I kind of want to mention. It might go without saying, but one of the things worth mentioning in your unit formation is that units that are placed in the back are actually not... Like, the rows that you are placed in determine not only how many attacks you can get off, but also... send Lip against this. Okay, so this is something else I guess I should mention. So, see, I can't target this thing with Lip, and that's because she's facing away from this unit, so she can't actually see it herself. I can see it on the map because Fidach can see it, but Lip can't. So what I want to do is use the direction command to point her in that direction, and then send her after the unit. Let's see if I can't have Fidach kind of go around her. So, your row placement not only determines what attacks you use, but also determines what you can be hit by. So, if you're in the back row, you can't be hit by normal melee attacks like a fighter. Wow, this unit, almost no offense, but it's going to take forever to die. Very good for a soldier reserve unit, though. So, in the instance of that one unit with the knight, it had the young dragon in the front and the knight in the back. So my melee fighters could not hit the knight because it was behind the dragon. And so you can kind of use that to your advantage sometimes. And similarly, ranged attackers like archers and mages, they can attack enemies in the back row. So sometimes it can be good to be a little bit heavier on your ranged characters because they can like snipe leaders and stuff. Now this unit's going to take a lot of doing to get dead just because of the 2 clerics. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is sending a unit with a little bit more power behind it to take it out. But before I do that, I want to hopefully demonstrate the unit or a soldier reserve promotion, which got a few victories under my belt here now, so she should be promoting fairly soon. Chasing her all over the place. Oh, I found a buckler. That's good. That's the only thing on this map that I was actually hoping to get. So I got a couple wizards here. Oh, that's not good. I knocked that wizard into the back row, which back row is where they're best in. So here I activated an interrupt command, and what I want to do is I want to actually switch to attack weakest. Because the one wizard is very low on health, and I can't actually reach their leader, so I might as well make sure that I can kill off something. And you can switch around that interrupt command whenever you want, although it won't actually affect anything until the next round of combat. Commands? Oh, battle strategy. Durr. So what I want to actually do is have him camp out now. And then I'm going to have Magnus kind of walk over this way. And what that's doing is Magnus is now, like when you're camped out, you can't actually see. So now that I'm camping out because Fidach, he's walked a long way and his fatigue is very high. Or at least it was. He's camped out for a little bit now, so it's going down. But when you're camped out, you're very vulnerable and you have very little vision. So I always want to be careful to make sure that this wizard didn't attack me while I was asleep. So by sending Magnus in this way, he can kind of spot for him. So now what I'm going to do is command him to break camp early so that he can engage this wizard again. Now, because this soldier reserve is in front of that wizard, there's nothing I can actually attack. But it does mean I'm guaranteed to take out that soldier reserve. Now if I hit start here, that activates the field pause, which means that as soon as this battle ends, the game will automatically be paused for you. So it gives you lots of time to give some orders. So what I'm going to do is command Fidach to move to the stronghold now. And now that he's a little bit better off, I'm going to send Magnus back. And I'm going to have Mandy go after. Oh. Okay, have Mandy face that direction. I'm going to have Lip camp out since she's low on, she's got lots of fatigue. And now I'm going to grab Mandy, have her go after Edgar. Now I was talking about Chaos Frame, and Chaos Frame is important for a few reasons. Well, I mean, in general, it's actually not that important because there's no visual indication anywhere in the game of what your Chaos Frame actually is. And really, the only things that it really affects is certain things in the storyline. Like whether you can recruit certain people and what ending you get and stuff like that, that's all affected by your Chaos Frame. But the thing about the Chaos Frame is, if you don't know it's there, you don't know it's there. So it's not something that's like super concerning. Now, Lip's had a bit of time to rest up, so I'm going to break camp, and she should be able to catch up with this guy. So it's a good idea to get a high Chaos Frame but at the same time, it doesn't really matter that much. Brilliant. Wake up the other cleric so it can heal the cleric. I was hoping I would at least be able to make a little ground this time, just because both the clerics were asleep, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Well, I guess I did a little bit of damage. There we go. One of our guys promoted into a fighter. Okay, so now what I want to do is move my new fighter over to the front row. And I'm going to leave it here for today on Ogre Battle 64. Catch you later.